Today we will talk about 8 habits that will help you elevate your style, regardless of whether you are still trying to discover your personal style or you are already very pleased with the way you look and dress, and this video will just help you have fun by challenging yourself a little bit more. The tips that I'm going to share are from my own experience, but it's also something that I recommended to my clients for personal styling services, and they told me that it worked for them. So they are all tested, checked, and confirmed. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I'm Gosia Brzoska, a personal stylist and color consultant based in London. I also work in the fashion industry. Before we move on to the main subject of this video, I would like to share a few personal updates with you. If this is something you're not interested in, on the screen you can just click in the next chapter and it will move you directly to the main subject of the video. First of all, if you are a subscriber of my channel, you probably noticed that I didn't record many videos in 2025, and then there was a long break. There were no videos between November and the beginning of April. If you were wondering if there will be more videos from me, I'm really sorry for that long break, and I would like to give you more clarity on that. I am planning to continue this channel and record videos. However, last year I was dealing with some health problems, and also at the beginning of this year I'm still dealing with them, but everything is being resolved right now. I can't promise you what will happen within the next 3-4 months, and after that I think that I will be back to normal, hopefully. There is nothing to worry about, but it really flipped my routine, and that's why I was less able to make videos. I'm definitely not giving up on this channel. I like making videos and I like interacting with you as well. I have received some comments when I was absent on YouTube, and also some emails from you. So thank you very much for these messages. You made me really happy. Of course, when I wasn't publishing videos, there were also some people who unsubscribed. And I, of course, don't blame them for that either, because if you subscribe to someone's channel for specific value or subjects of videos and then that person doesn't publish anything, of course there is no reason to follow them anymore. But if you're interested in my videos, be sure that there will be more videos coming, and I haven't got bored. That's not the reason why I wasn't recording. Thank you for being here even when I wasn't publishing. I really appreciate it. Another thing is the subject of videos. I'm really excited for making more videos for you. I want this channel to be mainly about color analysis, focusing on personal style, but mostly from the color perspective. And so far, I wasn't sharing a lot of information about my own personal style, because my intention wasn't to create a channel that is about me. It is about your style and it's supposed to be helpful for you. But I think that there are certain aspects of my style that would be helpful, or I could be more personal about it, because it is a sort of case study that could be inspiring maybe for some people. So I'm going to share more of that this year. There have been some really exciting, at least exciting for me, things going on in my own wardrobe. One of them is that in December 2025, I completed my 3 years long project of creating my wardrobe. I would like to make a summary of that project and share it with you. For now, I have some thoughts, but I would like to live with my wardrobe for a little bit, just to come to more specific conclusions that would be helpful to share. I went on a low buy this year because my project of creating my wardrobe took 3 years, where I was working hard on my wardrobe, but it also involved shopping, of course. I was buying items from my shopping list and I had a budget, so it was all responsible. But I was shopping often, and now I wanted to observe my shopping habits just to not continue shopping or not start shopping in a different category. So I'm also going to talk about my low buy and probably combine it with the subject of budgeting for your wardrobe and makeup, because I think that there isn't enough of that coming from personal stylists or fashion bloggers. I feel like the only people who talk about these aspects of personal finances are people who were or are addicted to shopping and are now recovering. In fashion space, if there is anything about money, it's usually related to advertising clothes or shopping, but without mentioning prices or the impact on personal finances. And as my goal for this channel and how I would describe my content is related to responsible, conscious, mindful consumption, I really want to cover that subject as well. And also in 2025, I added a new color to my wardrobe. It's lilac, and I would like to talk to you about it as well, because I was talking on this channel about how to choose a color palette for your wardrobe, and now it's time for a continuation of that, how to add more colors. To be fair, I recorded a video last year where I talked about it. That actually brings me to the last update. I always felt bad about reading my notes during recording videos. I know that it doesn't look the most natural. I know that it doesn't create connection, and it's something that I wanted to learn to do, just speak about what's on my mind more naturally. I made some attempts last year. During the time when you didn't see any videos coming from you, I recorded a few videos where I had very basic notes, even though I knew very well what I wanted to say. The best case scenario was when I forgot a half of the things when recording. Unfortunately, those videos were impossible to edit. They were really long, there was a lot of cutting out, and I was talking about things without any order. After hours and hours and hours of editing one of those videos, when I wasn't even close to finish it, I gave up. They never saw the daylight. So unfortunately, I decided to allow myself a little accommodation. I'm sorry if that's something that distracts you or disturbs you in any way when you're watching my videos. Unfortunately, I have to rely on notes a lot. Otherwise, I won't be able to put my point across. If there are any videos to come to this channel, unfortunately, I have to rely on notes, at least for now. Let's move on to the 8 habits that will help you improve your style. And I wanted to focus on the habits that won't cost you extra money. In terms of time, they will cost you as little time as possible, or at least if you put some reasonable effort, enough effort to keep it fun and not make it a task. With time, it will become your second nature and you won't think about it anymore. The first habit is collecting inspirational photos, images of outfits and styles that inspire you. You don't have to look for them intentionally. At least I know that some people try to approach it this way, very organized people. They just sit at their desk and give themselves an hour to find inspirational photos. For me, it doesn't work that way unless I'm working on something specific. How I used to work at fashion shoots, for example, or mood boards for my clients, then it's different. But if I look for inspiration for myself, it simply doesn't work like that, because all the inspiration that I find during that specific slot of time feel forced. I find the best inspiration when I do it organically. So simply just come across something inspiring. For example, I'm in a museum or in a shop and a mannequin is styled particularly well, or I watch a video about, I don't know, gardening, and I like someone's hat, and then I take a screenshot, and that's my inspirational photo. Obviously, that way I don't find inspiration that often as I would by looking for it intentionally, but it's, as I said, it's a better inspiration. Of course, you can look for inspiration intentionally when you're looking for something specific, like inspiration for winter outwear or color combinations, then it works. But in other cases, I really would rely on inspiration that finds you instead of looking for it. When you find it in real life, if you can take a photo, sometimes I can't take a photo because, let's say I see a real person on the tube, then I just take a note. As weird as it sounds, I take a note of something that someone was wearing if it wasn't inspiring. But if it's something you found on your phone or on a computer, then of course you can take a screenshot and it's even easier. I don't focus only on clothing. Other categories that are very literal are makeup or hairstyles, but less literal are art, color combination in nature, or any sort of design that I would like to transfer onto my clothing. If you're interested in the subject of personal style, I believe that in some ways you are a creative person, even if you don't consider yourself one. I think that interacting with art, fashion, design in any way, going to museums, window shopping with a friend, can help you find inspiration and also be fun. The second habit is related to the first one. It is reviewing your inspirational images from time to time. Saving inspirational photos won't help you if you never look at them again. You will probably take a photo and forget that it ever existed. If you have the time, you can create mood boards for yourself that are themed. So one would be, for example, winter wardrobe, or another would be color green, or another would be, I don't know, lace or romantic or whatever theme you find inspiring. But that's only if you have the time. I promised you easy habits that don't take much of your time. From time to time, I organize files on my phone and I move all photos, videos to folders. I have a folder for fashion inspiration, and I can say that it is very much organized. During my wardrobe project, I was choosing photos from that folder and creating mood boards for myself, but some of these photos aren't really organized. So what I do is just scrolling through it from time to time and then reminding myself what is there, because it gives me the idea of general aesthetic. And also sometimes I notice a photo and I feel like using that inspiration now. Even if you don't use it in this very moment, at least it will stick in your head. And then even if you're getting dressed in the morning, you will already have a library of ideas in your head to use with your own clothing. So you see, this will work even if you don't plan any outfits. Sometimes, quite often actually, I also delete photos from my inspiration list. Sometimes I save something because I like it, but then I look at it again compared to other photos or surrounded by other inspiring photos, and I don't find it this interesting anymore. Or I have another photo that represents it better or is more in my style. Inspirational photos are very helpful for planning your shopping, seasonal shopping, for example, or planning shopping for a specific outfit like occasion wear, but not only. Creating a capsule wardrobe. I have a whole video on my channel about mood boards that I'm going to link in the description. If you have the time and will, I really encourage you to create mood boards with your inspiring photos that are organized around a specific subject, like a denim shirt, or I gave you examples before. It is really helpful, especially when you transition from one season or another or plan your shopping. The third and the fourth habits are related to shopping and also very closely related to each other. The third is planning your shopping list for clothing, and the fourth is budgeting for clothing. This is helpful on so many levels. There are people who have wardrobes full of clothes and still have nothing to wear. People who like their clothes separately as pieces but have no idea how to combine them. And also people who say that they don't have the time to think about their style or how they look because they are in a hurry in the morning, they have things to do, they have to go to work, and it's all valid. However, if you put more planning into your wardrobe before shopping, you really save time when getting dressed. Of course, all this planning takes some time, but I also can tell you that to me it happens organically. I already know how to combine colors. I know what colors I like wearing, what colors flatter me. I have many inspirational images in my head, so I know what I want my wardrobe to look like. I will give you real life examples. I saw some woven moccasins online. I always liked that, but this year I finally had a vision of how I could use them in my wardrobe. And I also thought it would be a very practical choice for me, but I'm not going to buy them this year. I added them to my shopping list for next year, and I also added some additional notes about how I'm going to wear them. And I also put a note that I need a very comfortable pair that has breathable soles because they have to be practical. It doesn't mean that I will be looking for the exact form of these items I was considering when putting them on the list. It can still be revisited closer to the season. Budgeting. It is important to mention on a fashion related channel. I'm not saying that this is you, but when people overspend, fashion is one of the main areas. In fashion space, there are a lot of people who like buying clothes, like shopping, but don't have control over where their money goes. And because they don't plan their shopping, they often spend more than they intended to, but also buy very random clothes and accessories that then they can't style with anything from their wardrobe, don't know how to style, don't have occasions to wear it for. I think that the tendency that I have seen the most is when people go shopping to satisfy some sort of emotional need. When it's related to their style, they would like to improve their style, they would like to feel a certain way, go shopping hoping that they will find that one thing that will help them achieve it. When people go shopping without specific items in mind, without a shopping list, they end up looking for items that are fun but also cheap enough to buy since the shopping trip or the purchase wasn't planned in the first place. Usually it's something like occasion wear that was on sale, summer clothing, holiday clothing, something that they don't have many occasions or many ways to wear in their everyday life. And also items that turn out to be uncomfortable or not the quality they wanted it to be, so they also end up not liking it that much. At the same time, those people often don't buy the essentials for their wardrobes that they really need. The way it works is that they either aren't aware or have a general idea not written down that they need a new laptop bag or a new winter coat, not even a new, but something that will be a staple, something that will be practical. It's especially common with winter clothing because winter clothing is more expensive, especially when it's good quality. So those people usually don't buy these things or buy the cheaper version of that thing, and they still think that they would like to replace it, or they don't buy those essential items at all because they feel that they don't have the money for it, but then still go shopping for fun or buy impulsively on sale. So go to a shop and buy something that speaks to them, even if they don't need it because it's cheap and it's fun and it's on sale, and don't wear those things, but spend money on them when they could spend money on those essential items that they actually need. When also those essential items, they help you wear other things in your wardrobe. Even if you bought impulsively a few summer dresses or a few blouses, that's not a problem if you have shoes to wear them with or trousers to wear them with. If you had those basic items, they would help you wear your styling pieces more because you would have more ways to combine them. So budgeting for clothing, I really recommend it. It will help you control how much you spend on clothes. It won't necessarily make you spend less, obviously depending on your budget and your needs and personal situation, but it will help you spend money more consciously and intentionally. I know that when I have a budget, I don't really feel like shopping impulsively because I can see the specific number, the money that I can spend on clothing, and then I see my shopping list of items that I need or really want. And I really don't feel like buying some random things because that would take the money that I could use on the things that I really want to have and really want to wear. I don't think that shopping for essentials have to be boring. I feel happy even if I buy the simplest top because that top has a place in my wardrobe, it has a place in my style, it will create a great outfit with something else. And I know it because I already have inspirational photos with white tops, for example, basic white tops that look great. So it will make me very happy to have a basic white top that I can use to recreate my inspirations. I also want to say that purchases that weren't planned aren't necessarily bad. I think there must be a balance. My budget allows some room to wiggle because sometimes, let's say that I'm looking for a basic white t-shirt and I go to a store and I find something that is really in my style and really my color, something that I didn't consider before, but now I see it and I know that I would love to have it and wear it. In that case, I would like to have a room to be able to buy something like that. Of course, depends if the price is reasonable for me. My budget allows a certain level of this kind of purchases. Another situation when budgeting can help, there are people who struggle with the opposite problem. They don't allow themselves to spend money on themselves and struggle to make even the most essential purchases. If you allow yourself a reasonable budget for clothing, you can still save money or do with the rest of your money whatever you want, but you have this specific budget. When you need to buy new clothes or you want to buy something, it really takes that guilt off of you. It helps to a certain level, it helps. The next habit is taking photos or recording your real life outfits in some other way. For some people, taking a photo in the mirror before they leave the house is the easiest way. I don't like looking at my own photos. It takes me a long time to take a photo. I can't pose. I must say that when I look in the mirror, I feel really pleased with my outfits, but when I take a photo, everything seems out of proportion. If it's your case, remember that it's not that the camera shows reality that you don't see with your own eyes. It's how camera works. For that reason, I prefer recording my outfits as a mood board. You can either use any program or application that helps you create your own images, like Canva, for example, or you can use a clothing app. The one that I've tried is Clothing AI, and it is free up to, I think, 100 items. And then if you have more items, you have to pay a subscription fee. I don't use it at the moment, but I used it in the past and I can recommend it. I know that it has changed since, but check that one out because it's easy to use. The only problem is that you have to take photos of your clothes or find them online and save them on your device. Going back to habits that help you elevate your style, looking at your outfits from this perspective will help you develop your style. But I'm not talking about scrutinizing your outfit and finding what was wrong. That's not the approach I would like you to take. I think it helps you know what clothes you wear a lot, what clothes you don't wear at all, and can also be inspiring. Another situation when taking photos of your outfit is very helpful. If you have the time to organize your wardrobe for the coming season and create some outfits up in front, very likely you won't remember them when you have to get dressed in the morning. If you created a great outfit with your own clothes, add it to your inspirational list or create a book of outfits for yourself. And then you can use it, you can refer to it when you're getting dressed. I'm not telling you to plan all your outfits exactly every single time. I also don't do that, especially when I'm in a hurry. I put my clothes on by heart. So I think they are still great outfits, but I repeat them. They are my routine outfits, but every routine outfit used to be new in the past. So before it became a routine for you, you had to figure it out. So now it would be a shame to forget it. So now I looked at the point 6, and it turned out that I already mentioned it in the previous point. It is planning your outfits as a weekly or monthly routine. As I said, I don't plan every single outfit carefully. I don't spend every evening planning my outfit for the next day. I usually plan my outfits at the beginning of the season, beginning of the month, when the weather is changing, and it doesn't feel like a task. Usually I do it when I feel like it and take like 10 minutes to do so, because then I know what I should iron, prepare. So when I have to get dressed in the morning, I just reach for it and put it on quickly. Because if you do it when you're inspired and you're in a good mood, your outfit will be curated better. Probably it will be more creative, in nicer, bolder colors, better accessorized. Something that I also said before, outfits that you repeat the most become your routine go-to outfits. If you put effort into creating a nice outfit and you memorize it and you repeat it over and over again, at some point it will become your routine outfit and you will be putting it on automatically. You don't even have to create it from the beginning. You can work on outfits that you already wear. Take that pair of jeans and a t-shirt, my staple example. Think how you could accessorize it, take a photo, and your outfit is ready. When planning your outfits, you can create them for specific days, activities, and occasions, but you can also create sets to have a general idea of what goes well together. Instead of creating ready outfits, if you have any piece of clothing that you struggle to style, I would just take that out of my wardrobe and I would try it on with in different combinations. And then if I like a combination, I would take a photo and save it as my inspiration. Tip number 7, create rules for and against something. Those don't have to be strict or complicated rules. I mean something that will be fun, slightly challenging, but fun for you to do, and that doesn't require a lot of time. An example, last winter I was wearing denim trousers a lot, and I'm not a big fan. They weren't styling the way how I like wearing them. I was going to the office, I was getting up too late, I was getting dressed quickly, I didn't have any clothes ready in my wardrobe, and I was just putting whatever top or jumper. I'm not saying that it is a bad outfit, jeans with a jumper, because for some people it's a style and they look great, but this is not my style. And I put a rule for myself that I can only wear jeans to the office twice a month. And it's not a really hard rule for me to follow, because even if I don't think a lot about my outfits, even if I create the same lazy outfit, a jumper or a basic top with tailored trousers, to me it still feels more curated than the same outfit with jeans, because it's more in my style and I feel more myself wearing it. So the only stretch that this rule requires from me is making sure that I always have a pair of tailored trousers, clean and ironed, and that's the only thing. Rules for something could be, for example, if you want to wear more jewelry, you can have a rule that when you're wearing earrings, you also have to wear a bracelet, and that will force you to choose a bracelet that will go well with your earrings and your outfit. But let's be honest, it won't require a lot of time, because you can even take a random bracelet. Or, for example, Whenever I wear a basic outfit, so let's say on the day when you really don't have the time to think about it, I'm going to wear a bold lipstick. You don't even have to put makeup on. If you have a lipstick in a color that flatters you, not wearing makeup or any foundation product really shouldn't be a problem, because a lipstick will harmonize with your natural color features. And also now spring and summer is coming. When you're outside, you will be probably wearing sunglasses, and a bold lipstick with sunglasses, in my opinion, looks amazing. And it's a very simple tip. So that's another example of a rule that doesn't cost you much time. Please try to make these rules fun. Don't create rules that will add you more work or you will feel forced to do something extra. Just rules that are fun, and if they are challenging, a small challenge that makes you excited. And then if you record your outfits daily, after 2 weeks or a month, you will see how much impact it had on your style. The final eighth rule is, don't save style tips for later, try them out now. Any sort of tips that you saved on your watch list on your Instagram, including this video, try it out now. This video is long, it has a lot of tips, just choose one. I'm definitely guilty of that. I have a lot of recipes saved on my computer and on my phone, a lot of screenshots of things that I've never tried, a lot of screenshots of places that I would like to visit. I'm working on it. I try to do more of the things that inspire me or that I would like to try. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. My problem is that I forget. I just try to make it a part of my routine. For example, when I put my makeup on and I'm using eyeshadows, I have a watch list on my YouTube of many different videos, mostly shorts, and I just pick sometimes a random video or sometimes something related to a specific color palette or occasion that I'm getting ready for, and I just follow that video just to try it because I have so many inspirations saved. I want to use them, so that's my way of using them. If there are fashion tips that are super quick and easy, like how to tie a scarf or how to tie a shirt in a different way, these are the easiest things to do. I think the best way to not forget is probably scroll through them on your way from work if you commute on public transport, or in the evening. Scroll through your saved fashion inspirations and tips and choose one that you will try the next day. Commit to trying it in the morning. And that's important because, again, every habit used to be new ones. If you find one small easy tip and repeat it 2, 3, 4 times, it will become a habit. You won't have to follow a video to do it anymore. You won't even think about it. You will be doing it. It will become a part of your fashion repertoire. And soon you probably won't even remember where you learned it. The ninth bonus tip comes from you. Please let me know what are your tips or your habits, something that you do or you learned from someone and I didn't mention in this video. So then other people watching this video and myself can get inspired and learn something from you. Just a reminder, if you would like to know your color season and what colors flatter you, you can contact me and we can do your color analysis together. My contact details are in the description under this video, and there is also a link to my website where you can read more about my services, including the pricing information. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.